Subways, Ludo here. Let's check out what Blizzard cooked for us. Class tuning coming March 31st. Thank you for the viewers who let me know of this. Otherwise I wouldn't know. So let's check what we have here. Before we start, I'm just gonna say I played 6 different specs already at above 1.8. And I played a lot of games, so I'm pretty sure what's good, what's bad, what needs a buff, right? I'm a little bit pissed off because I already filmed this, but for 20 minutes, and then I was like opening it and I was muted all the time. There's no sound, so you know, I did it again. Other than that, I just turned on my MacBook and the screen is dead, so I have to fix that as well. Hopefully nothing unfixable. But let's start. Let's start. What do we have here? Death Knight. Frost. Let's copy this. All damage dealt by increased by 4%, not applied to PvP. Okay, we don't care then. What do we have here? Death Knight, nothing, that's it. Druid, Feral, all damage increased by 3%. Frantic Frenzy damage reduced by 8%, not applied in PvP, none of it. Okay, sure, let's see what I have Druid in the PvP section. Restoration Druid, all healing increased by 8%. Regrowth, that's fine. Like rest of Druid does need a buff. Regrowth healing increased by 40%. Seems a little bit high, but okay. Swiftman healing increased by 25%. Bark Screen now reduces damage taken from 20 to 30 buff. Very interesting. What do I think of this? Druid was C tier, 100%. But this is big. This is very big. We're buffing not only healing, but also defensives. So after this, Druid could be A tier easily. And in 2s, it's gonna be insanely oppressive. It's gonna be every game in 2s. Now, is this enough? In my opinion, it is. Regrowth might be too much, maybe. Regrowth might be too much, but we will see. We'll see. Now, they missed Hunter. They messed it up. But let's see what we have for the Hunter. What are they doing? Hunter, all damage increased by 4% and not applied to PvP for Beastmaster. That's fine. Beastmaster is super good, super good. Survival, all damage increased by 4%. It's not gonna do it. It's not gonna do it. Survival sucks. It's not like the damage buff is not gonna cut it. In my opinion, it's just the toolkit. It's clunky. It doesn't feel good to play. It's I don't know. It needs an extra button. It needs a cooldown reduction on something. Something's off here, you know. It needs range on takedown, maybe, you know. It's not about the damage here now. Okay. Hunter Marksman. Aim shot reduced by 10% in PvP. Kill shot and black arrow increased by 15%. Rapid fire increased by 15%. So this is fine. This is very nice. Rapid fire and kill shot increased damage. They were tickling, so they, you know, they were not really doing any damage. So 15% is not going to do anything, but nice to have. Now aim shot reduced by 10% is big. And the problem here is we just nerfed the aspect of the Hydra. That's my problem. I said I would aim shot. I'm down for aim shot nerf. But the aspect of the Hydra got nerfed hard. So I would like to revert that to maybe something lower, like 60%. And then I think it would be fair. Because honestly, like I played so many different classes right now, and Marksman never gave me trouble. I don't know why people are saying it's so good, it's S tier. It never gave me any trouble, 0. So maybe because I know how to play against it, because you know, but it didn't feel at all oppressive to me at all. Like Beastmaster is stronger in my opinion. Okay, so let's go next. I'm gonna cover DK. I think DK is fine. I think Druid is completely fine, especially Resu will be fine now. Feral could gain some love as well. Boomy is super strong, so no need. Mage, let's go Mage. Fire is insanely strong. Frost Mage is disgusting, and Arcane is just okay. Okay. Burden of Power now increases Arcane Blast damage by 25% from 5%, and Arcane Plus by 15 from 5%. I think this is fine. What else? Arcanosphere damage increased by 250%. Now, I'm not sure what this does, as I didn't play Arcane Mage yet, but it does sound a lot. But, you know, I'm gonna say Arcane Mage is fine. I think this is fair for Arcane Mage. Arcane Mage is not that great, trust me. Like 2 days ago, I literally played against ladder number 1 on the ladder, Arcane Mage, 3 games in a row. 3 games in a row. And, you know, he's number 1 on the ladder. He should be the best one, right? And it didn't feel like, you know, he's oppressive to me, okay? So I think buffing Arcane is completely fine. I think buffing Arcane is completely fine. However, Fire and Frost, these guys are insane. It does too much damage. Like, Fire is my favorite, guys. I love Fire, but Combustion is it's insane damage. It's you can't do anything about it. Combustion is just way too strong. And I see we have some nerfs here. Let's go. Each stack of Fired Up increases fire damage by 2% in PvP, down from 4%. Good. Burn It All increases spell damage by 5% during combustion instead of 10%. Good. I think this is fair. I think we all like this is fair. Combustion is way too strong, right? Now, the problem I have here, guys, is there's no Frost Mage nerfs. Like, I'm good with Arcane buffs. I'm good with the Fire nerfs, which are not big. They're not big. But where are Ray of Frost nerfs? Where is removing duration of root? You know, nerfing that because it's way too long. Like, what are you gonna do as a warrior? 8 seconds, right? In root. Might as well go to toilet, right? So yeah, that's it. Monk. Now, Mistweaver is insanely good and needs nerf. I mean, I read this already, but it does need a nerf. All healing reduced by 4%, it's not gonna cut it. Now, this one is big. Conduit of Celestials, Heart of the Jade Serpent now causes Thunder Focus Tea to increase the recovery rate of Renewing Mist, Rising Sun, Kick, Life Cocoon, and Thunder Focus Tea by 30% for 8 seconds, from 75%. This is big. This is a big nerf, okay? This is a big nerf. More than this. Now, this is crazy. Celestial Conduit healing reduced by 50%. This is big. And I think Mistweaver could be fine now. I think Mistweaver could be fine. Okay? I think it's gonna be not oppressive anymore, maybe. We'll see. I think I'm good with these. I'm good with these. I think Priest could take the crown, but we will see Resto Druid. We'll see Resto Druid, but I think the Disc could take the crown now. We'll see. Now, I've just finished playing Windwalker. It took me like 2 hours from 0 gear, full honor gear, I mean, 0 conquest gear, to get 1.9 with no chance. I mean, it's insane. It does need a nerf. It does need a hard nerf, okay? So, Zenith Stomp damage reduced by 25%, completely fair. Rising Wind Kick damage reduced by 15%, completely fair. I was hitting like 150k wind kicks, right? Crazy, insane, insane. Fist of Fury damage increased by 15%, fair, because it's tickling. Touch of Karma absorbs 25% more damage in PvP. I love this, I love this. I feel so squishy though, like I'm pumping damage, I'm pumping so hard, but I'm so squishy, right? So this is good change. Like, it did need a nerf, so this is fine, but it did need a little buff as well on the other things, so this is good, this is good. What else do we have? Paladin? Here? Nothing. So, Paladin. Now, I read this, but Vengeful Rat now increases Hammer of Rat damage by up to 20%, down from 50%, which is fair, because, you know, you would literally die randomly from Paladin. This was doing way too much damage. Now, this is the biggest change, in my opinion, and it's huge. This is huge. Blessing of Spell Warding duration reduced to 6 seconds from down to 10. This is insane. Insane. Okay? Herald of the Sun. Eternal Flame healing increased by 25% in PvP. I don't think people are playing Herald of the Sun on Holy anyway. Everyone's playing melee wings. So this is completely fine. Yeah. Protection damage, all damage reduced by 10%, completely fine. Protection was doing way too much damage. It's way too immortal. this is maybe not even enough. Okay, it was one-shotting. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is not enough in my opinion. Okay, maybe do 25%. What do we have here? Templar Verdict and Final Verdict damage increased by 25%. Okay, that's fine in my opinion. Herald of the Sun, Dawnlight damage increased by 30%. And again, well, okay. You know what? This is so big that even if there were more buffs, it will be fine because this is huge. Okay. This is one of the biggest nerfs Paladin has gotten in a year. Okay. It's insane. Okay, Priest. Nothing for Holy, nothing for Disc. Shadow Word Death damage increased by 80%. Nice. Nice. Because Shadow Word Death was kind of lame. So nice. Mind Blast damage and Void Blast damage reduced by 10%. Okay, this is a nerf to Voidweaver pretty much. Archon, like Voidweaver is played by everyone. I'm the only one that kind of plays Archon currently, but I prefer Archon, so no big deal for me. But for the Voidweaver guys, it is. Shadow Operation and Void Operation damage increased by 35%. Nice. I like it. I love Shadow Operations. Spectral Horrors time increases Shadow Operation damage against targets afflicted by Shadow Word Madness by 30%, down from 50%. Okay, so we are just offsetting the buff here a little bit. So the burst is slightly lower. Okay. But passively, so passive damage will be a bit higher, but the burst, you know, they because it will be too high burst, I guess, right? Psychic Link causes direct damage spells to inflict 25% of their damage on all targets afflicted by a vampiric touch from 20. So 5% buff, very nice. I think Psychic Link 25% is the sweet spot, and I would keep it there. I think it's fair, 25%. Void Spike from Things from Beyond deals 25% additional damage to secondary targets. Okay, I mean, this wasn't doing that much, honestly. Mind Sear from Void Lasher deals 25% additional damage again. Mind Sear from, you know, sure, why not? No big deal, right? We have Warrior here, but before that, we have Rogue. Now, Outlaw and Assassination still need small buffs. Sub needs a nerf, and we have some nerfs here. Nothing much though. So that Perception effects now increase finisher damage by 3%. In PvP combat down from 5%. Okay. Okay. Sure. Replicate Shadow's bonus damage from Shadow Clones reduced to 5% from 15%. Now, what I'm gonna say is these are irrelevant and I would revert to these. Okay. The problem is Shadow Dance. Shadow Dance lasts too long. It has too short of a cooldown at the same time. That's the issue with Sub. It has burst too often. It has burst non-stop, pretty much. It has burst non-stop. That's the problem here, and that's what I would nerf. I would increase the cooldown of Shadow Dance. That's what I would do to make it more balanced, rather than nerfing the damage, in my opinion. Shaman. Lightning Lasso damage increased by 450%. Now, this is insane number, but how much is Lightning Lasso dealing damage? Like, I haven't used it since last expansion, so I have no idea. But it could be too much. It could be still, you know, who care? Like, do we really care about damage on Lightning Lasso? Like, who cares about damage on this? Like, we're not pressing this for damage, right? Electrocute damage increased by 35%. No one is picking this anyway. So if they did this for 150%, maybe this would be picked more. But 35%, it's a meme. It's a meme. It's a joke. Feels like they just put this in so they have more text, you know. Elemental. Farseer, all ancestral healing increased by 20%. Okay, sure. I don't know why, but sure. Stormbringer, Tempest damage reduced by 15%. Okay, but I mean, Stormbringer is not the play in my opinion. Maybe in some meme 1-in-1 duels, you know, where you can one-shot someone, but not in the real arenas, right? So I don't know why we would nerf this, but okay, so I don't agree with this. Now, Restoration, always nice to have some resto buffs. All ancestor healing increased by 20%. Nice. Elemental reverb increases Riptide healing by 25% from 10%. Very nice. You know, whenever Resto has some buffs, that's nice. They lost a lot, so it's fair. That's it. We have only Warrior left, seems like. So let's see Warrior. Execute damage increased by 20%. Overpower damage increased by 10%. But it doesn't affect PvP. Okay. Why? I don't know. But I'm gonna tell it again, guys. I think warrior damage is fine. What I don't agree with is how squishy it is and how immobile it is. So, battle stance now reduces the duration of impairment effects by 25% from 10%. Like, why only arms warrior? Fury has the same problem. The problem I have here is even if they gave it to both, which they should, I think that should be like a general passive of a warrior. But I don't think it should be a duration. I think it should be the power of the effect, you know? So if the slow is 100%, that you reduce it by 30%. So, you know? So you're gonna reduce that slow from 100 to 70%. Well, there's no slow that's 100%, but you know what I mean. Okay? I think that should be. Like, if we were going this way, it should be the power of that effect, not the duration of that effect, you know? But okay. Ignore pain absorption increased by 20% in PvP. Really? I mean, most people are not even running Ignore Pain. And if you're running Ignore Pain, you're playing Colossal. So this is doing nothing for Slayer, right? This is doing nothing for Slayer. So, yeah. It's like nothing. So nothing happened for Warrior. Okay. Now Fury. Execute damage increased by 20%. Let's go, baby. Execute was tickling. Execute was tickling. But is 20% gonna be enough? I don't think so. I think we should, like, 30% maybe. Since we have a nerf here, Mountain Burst of Power increases the damage of Blotters by 15% down from 35%. This is a big, big nerf. This is your biggest burst, right? So I still think Mountain is gonna be the play. Slayer is not looking that hot right now, even though I'm a Slayer enthusiast. I love Slayer. But this is a general buff to execute, right? So, still think Mountain is gonna be best. I'm gonna experiment with Slayer since I love it. But yeah, nothing changes for Warrior. I mean, Fury was doing a lot of damage. And this is gonna dial it down, the burst. But this is nice to get. Like, personally, I would trade it 25% here, 20% here for this. I would trade it. I'm happy with that. So let's call it we didn't get nerf nor buff, you know. So again, Warrior is not in the patch notes. So all in all, boys, again, I think most changes are okay. The things that didn't change are bad. Again, Sub-Rogue, completely wrong. Nerf. It's wrong nerf. Frost Mage, no nerf. A Warrior, wrong buff. It needs completely something different. And that will be maybe a defensive stance buff, 5%. Maybe a general tankiness buff, reduce damage incoming by 5%. That would be nice, because it feels really squishy. It feels really squishy. I think damage is fine for Warrior. Again, immunity to slows, something like that, while in Avatar, something like that. Most classes are fine. DK is fine, Druid is fine, Hunter is... I would revert aspect of the hero to 60%. Frost Mage, we talked about it. Priest, I think is fine now. Shaman. I don't like the Tempest change, and that's it. That's it. Okay, so I'm gonna call it a day here. I'm gonna release Survival Hunter Guide now, and Windwalker will be tomorrow, and then tomorrow I'm starting with the Demon Hunter. We're going to be streaming that, and that will be juicy too. By the way, today Devourer, I've seen few different ones, and damn, they're pumping. Devourer is pumping. I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited. Okay, peace out.